All right. So sorry about that. This is another day. This is filmed a little later because
My phone was running out of room, and
stuff happened. The camera filled up, and yeah. So
Yeah.
this is part three. Obviously
of
we cut
our
out.
top 10.
Yeah, obviously we cut out at Five Nights here.
So we're gonna finish with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
Part
apologize.
4.
So, but yeah, we
Of
were
it.
saying we last left off of the Bite of '87 and how it was he plays the victim in number 4, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much to really talk about.
In the first one, that was the reason why his thing was closed. Why Foxy's thing was closed, because
Yeah.
they were saying that he was responsible for it.
Yeah, he
Unless it was Golden Bonnie or Golden Freddy, and they blamed it on Foxy, because Foxy seemed like the one that would have been.
They
responsible
speculated
for
that it could have that it might have been Foxy, but in the games, in the cutscenes, and like the little mini games, like those
Yeah.
pixelated ones, like Atari style, they explain that it shows that it was I think Freddy.
I think it was Golden
Freddy-
Freddy
Or
Freddy.
that or Springtrap. I know it was one of the because since it was at Fredbear's Diner, it was one of the originals.
No, because Golden Bonnie was standing in the back, and it was actually Golden Freddy. Because Golden Freddy,
Yeah.
he had the mic right here, and you saw the little purple hat.
Yeah, and then that's when the kids.
Did you notice that Golden Freddy doesn't actually wear the hat?
No, yeah, he doesn't. Why? See, there's Nightmare Freddy with the little purple hat. And then that's Golden Freddy's kill animation. There's
Oh, yeah,
Freddy.
yeah, he does.
He has the hat. Okay, yeah, so he does have the hat.
I didn't think he did.
You got a new watch. It's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess we move on to the next one, which is
Batman Arkham Knight.
yeah, skinny paper.
Now in this one, it's by far the best story of the Batman game so far. There's actually a new one coming out. Batman.
There's a new one?
Yeah, it's Batman Arkham Beyond or Beyond Arkham or something like that.
Well, I know Telltale's
it's
coming out
supposed
with
to
a
be a
Batman.
continuation for this one
But it's not supposed to. It's supposed
because
to
it's
end
supposed
the
to take
series.
place with the Nightmare Batman, and you're supposed to play as him.
That'd be kind of cool.
And you I think it's
That'd be
like
kinda
I think it like tells the story of like what happened as to why he died and stuff, whatever. I don't know. But then again, I mean that's kind of what this one's about. I mean they brought back the Batmobile, so that's good.
Yeah.
In this one, it turns into a damn tank.
The fact, like the driving mechanics. Okay, so in Arkham, the driving mechanics, the story, and of course the infamous Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as Batman and Joker. Yes, I love those.
Even though Joker they have actually.
He's
this
dead.
one proves that yes, the Joker
just
is dead, but because of those blood transfusions in Arkham City, that there was a few that went unrecorded, and that's why there's 5 people turning into the Joker.
Yeah, so they're all like
4
messed up
turn
now.
into them. Who's the 5th one? Yeah, the 5th one is Batman.
Batman.
So Batman starts going crazy throughout the game, and there's pieces where you're actually playing as Joker in Batman's body. So, and that gets a little confusing because there's a part where you get knocked on the ground by Scarecrow and whatnot, and he stands up, he's like, "Look at me, I'm amazing!" And it's the voice of Joker and whatnot, and his eyes turn green, and then at the end of the game, I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but at the end of the game, there's a little bit
Spoiler alert.
there's a little bit of a,
Don't want to do one.
you can tell that Bruce Wayne is no longer Bruce Wayne. It's just the full persona of Batman because there's no emotion in his face.
It's
It's just straight out Batman. Bruce Wayne is gone. There's just
so Wayne Enterprise falls.
Wayne Manor falls.
Honestly, I don't know why they would have done that because even though Batman, if Bruce left, honestly, I think that what should have happened is one of the other heroes, like Nightwing, takes over like he did in the comics.
Well, I mean, if you actually listen to what he says to not Commissioner Gordon, to Aaron Cash in the Nightwing storyline,
Aaron Cash.
he's like, he gets Penguin because he's like leaning against the wall, and
Oh, it's so
Penguin
itchy.
walks out and he's like, "Oh, bugger," and Nightwing takes him, goes back into the elevator, takes him back, and he's like, "So I guess should get the symbol on the roof changed." He's like, "Don't," don't bother with it. This isn't for long.
Yeah, because
So there's a hint that
Nightwing maybe become
that
Batman.
Nightwing might become the next Batman.
Woo! I mean, it's Dick Grayson. He's the only true. Who's the only other person that could actually take over as the role of Batman in their current time?
Besides Nightwing, which would be
Besides
Tim.
Damian. And Tim goes from Robin to being Red Robin. Dick goes from Robin to Nightwing, and in the comics he went from Nightwing to Batman. And then Damian Wayne took over as Robin during that time. So I'm expecting Damian Wayne to come into
Especially
the
the,
series and Nightwing take over as the
Just
Bat.
like the suit heir to the suit of the iconic gray and black. If you actually look at the thing that it says heir to the cowl. That is when Nightwing is Batman because he has the 2 pieces instead of 3, like Batman does.
But yeah, so Batman, it's awesome. It's a good storyline.
There's a lot of DLCs.
Of
Speaking
course.
of which, there's actually 2 new ones coming out this week. There's a few previous Arkham game maps coming out. Like they're bringing back the Iceberg Lounge.
The challenge maps.
Yeah.
Challenge maps.
Plus, they're bringing back the Batman Inc. Batsuit.
I like the
Arkham
Batman
Knight.
Inc. It's always been a good.
From Arkham City. I hope it looks pretty cool. I mean, I've seen pictures of it. It looks pretty sick already. But yeah, like but for the new challenge maps, they bring back like the Batcave, some Arkham City, some Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
I think they're bringing back like Crime Alley or something.
That's kind
They're
of.
bringing back like Penguin's Iceberg Lounge. I think Joker's Carnival. Some Black Mask maps. I don't know. It just shows the thing, and there's like Wayne Manor and stuff that they're bringing back.
Well, that'd be cool.
So yeah, running
Yeah.
around in those again. I know just recently they released the Dark Knight skin, like the Christopher Nolan suit.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
They also brought out the Batman v Superman from the new movie that's coming out this year. Can't wait.
Rocksteady actually worked exclusively on that suit with the writer of the new movie.
Prepare for Justice League movie to come out. It's going
I guess
to be.
we might as well get on that
eventually.
while we're on the topic of Batman.
It's coming out. But yeah, so, but Batman.
And apparently, as 3 PlayStation exclusives, so which means Xbox can't get them. They released the Justice League 3000 skin, the Adam West Batsuit, which is the classic TV series skin.
Scaries?
Shut up.
What's a Scaries?
Shut up.
Is that like a scaring series or like?
Just shut up. And the 1966 theme for the Batmobile.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. There's there's lots of DLC, lots of stuff to actually play. Of course, Riddler comes back to do the
There's
Riddler
a whole
maps
bunch
and
of new-
challenges.
There's like a few things. There's like a Batgirl storyline, which is actually a prequel to Arkham Knight. Actually, I
Lots
think
of
it's a prequel to even Arkham Asylum because she's not in a wheelchair at that point.
In Arkham Asylum, she's Oracle by that
Yeah.
point, so she's not even Batgirl.
There's the Robin storyline, which him and Barbara they've just gotten married and they're supposed to be on their honeymoon, but yeah, Two-Face had to wreck that.
Oh, yeah.
The
Two-Face
Red
is-
Hood storyline, which apparently he actually kills a Black Mask stunt double, because Black Mask is full of those.
Oh yeah, Black Mask has a lot of stunt doubles.
Then there's the Catwoman storyline, which takes place the day after Arkham.
Or the Knight or whatever.
Well, it takes place after the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Like
There's
basically
lots
the
of
day
stuff
after.
you can do in the game. There's lots
or
of
well,
extras.
sorry, the night after, and then
Yeah.
Nightwings takes place the day after. So
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can actually get in the game. There's a lot of extra stuff to do. There's
some
a
of
lot
the Riddler's things are oh god.
Oh yeah, there's new stuff. So you don't. I don't think there's trophies anymore. It's all.
No, there's still trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still trophies.
Because I know there's new challenges such as instead of riddles, there's racing,
Like, yeah, you have to use like the car and like drive around maps and.
and I actually
you
utilize
can
the
actually
car.
drive on walls and stuff in this
Well,
one.
you utilize the car to figure out puzzles and the grapple hook in the car, which I remember doing a
There's
couple
actually
puzzles like that.
there's actually technically a reference to the Michael Keaton, I believe. It's either Michael Keaton or it was one of the later movies where the car does the wheelie, shoots a grappling hook to the top of the building, and then drives up the building.
He doesn't do that with that car. With the Michael Keaton car, he drives it. A wire shoots out the side, wraps around, and that's how he does
Which
the
one
turn.
did he do? The one where he drove up the wall?
I think you're thinking about Ghost Rider.
No, because there was one where Batman did a wheelie in the or like he did like a thing in the Batmobile.
It wasn't a Batmobile?
It shot to the top of the roof, and then he drove up the wall.
Well, I know in the Dark Knight series, he's using the car.
And he can get on roofs and
He
stand
drives on the
and stuff.
roofs and shit. I know that in the original Michael Keaton, he actually pops the sides of his car off to go through to create the Bat Bullet, which goes through smaller spaces. But and then there's
I think
in Dark Knight there's the Bat Pod, which is the bike where he does the wheelie, drives up the wall, spins, and lands back down.
Yeah, I
and
think it
drives
was
towards
in
the Joker.
one of the. It was either in Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. It was one of those two that might have happened. I think. It was
Well,
Batman
don't ask
Forever.
me because I don't watch stupid.
I think it was Batman Forever.
Those are so horrible.
So-
Why mention those?
That's your opinion. Some people might actually like those.
Dude, Bat credit card. Who's he gonna put the credit card under? Bruce Wayne? Batman? You can't really do
If you
that.
actually look at it, it said Batman written on it.
How would you even do that? How would you physically go into a bank as Batman and be like, I'm Batman. I need a credit card. Give me money.
Because he's Batman. Okay. Anyway, getting off topic there.
It's a
but yeah,
good game. There's lots of stuff in it.
There's a lot of
there's-
news. There's a lot of DLC costumes. Like there's the Earth 2 Batman.
You guys won't be getting bored of it
the-
anytime soon. I promise.
There's
so I
a whole
suggest
bunch of
getting
new
the
Batmobiles.
games.
There's like the Michael Keaton Batsuit. There's the Dark Knight. No, the Noel skin, which if you played Arkham Origins, it actually was in Arkham Origins. Yeah. So
Lots of stuff. So
yeah, there's like almost like 200 and some things in there.
yeah.
Well, not just for DLC. There's like 30 some DLCs.
There's
for that
so
game.
much in it. You're not gonna get bored with it. So it's a good game. We thought it was a good game. We've been talking on this game for 12 minutes.
All right.
All right, let's move on to
number 2.
Alien Isolation. Woo! One of the
He's doing
greatest
more of the talking because I haven't played the game, so.
Alien Isolation. Okay, you guys want a good horror game. You guys want jump scares, and you guys want like atmospheric, crapping your pants as you walk kind of game. Play this game. It's awesome. The DLC comes with the Nostromo DLC comes with original members of the Nostromo. If you're familiar with the original
Wait, was that game
movies,
released onto the next gen consoles as well?
yes, it is. It is next gen.
I might have to buy it on the PS4 and check it out.
It is good. But yeah, so if you want like a classic Alien experience like they did in the original movie where they didn't show much of the alien, and when it did appear, it was scary as hell, that's the kind of thing they go for with this is what they do is they try and focus it more on atmosphere and wandering and like the fear of the unknown like it was in the very first movie.
Where you
Which
never
I
know when
thought
the hell the thing's gonna
I
jump
know
out at you.
it was awesome. It's a great game. You want a horror series? I suggest getting this one. The sun is like directly in my eyes. As you see, like right here, it's like bad.
I can see your damn reflection on the phone.
And I'm like
So stop
You're gonna break my jacket, you dick! I already hear ripping.
Oh, shut up and just. focus on
It's
the damn video.
expensive. This is a nice jacket. You owe me like $100. It just shows he's not reliable.
I won't pay you crap. Shut up.
Anywho, but yeah,
Keep
so trying to make this funny. I know we probably not. So we're probably sucking on the comedy part, but ow, ow, my fingers.
Ow.
But yeah, so see how our humor is. We're just like
Yeah, we're just.
we're not.
We may not be funny. We may not seem funny.
We make ourselves laugh, and that's the point,
Yeah. Hey, if you can make yourself laugh, who the hell cares?
Right? But yeah, so it was good. It was a great movie. It was perfect. It's
Do you want to know the secret to a girl's heart?
or not movie, game. Awesome game, playable. It's scary. Oh, and you don't just deal with the aliens. You also got to deal with the people on board the ship that you end up in, because you play as Ellen's daughter in between some of the movies. I think it's supposed to be because she's dead by I think part 3.
Wait, her daughter was actually in the movie?
Never actually shown, but there is mention of her in some of the other ones. I believe in 3, or at least in 2, she's mentioned. In the very beginning of 2, when she's picked up by the company she works for. So yeah, but yeah, you guys want a good horror experience? Get Alien Isolation. Perfect game for jump
this
scares
is kind of a joke.
and atmospheric horror.
But do you want to know the key to a girl's heart?
Taking a knife through her chest and ripping it out yourself?
No, Chidori.
Huh.
All right. Now, before we get to number 1,
You just offended so
many Naruto fans.
Just not Naruto, just so many people in general. You just offended, like. But I mean, if 2016, if they can dumb down the whole overly sensitive part about people, I mean, 2016 might be a little bit better year than 2015 because
So far, it seems to be out to a good start.
overly sensitive. Work on that. I don't care if I get hit. Work on it.
Now,
For those of you that need it. But, you know,
since we're done with number 2, we should probably move on to our honorable mentions before
Yes.
hitting number 1.
So before we hit number 1, we're here are a few picks for our honorable mentions. In our opinion, so we got Dying Light to start off with. Great game, great zombie game. You want to
A lot of
survive.
parkour.
I mean, you want parkour. Yeah, think about this. You want parkour, you want shooting, and you want like gore and like kicking the crap out of like zombies and people and like
Play
homemade
Dying Light.
weapons and electrocution zombies.
All you really need to do is think of
Mirror's Edge with Left 4 Dead, but better.
Yeah. Next is Sword Art Online Lost Song.
It's a sequel to the original Hollow Fragment and based off of a TV series, which is an anime. It's Japan.
And
It's an awesome anime.
And it's actually Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment takes place during SAO. This one takes place during Alfheim Online.
Which is a different game, but based in the same world. It's
Yes.
all video game based. So if you
And,
guys watch the series, you'll understand the games.
And you can actually fly around, all the fun stuff. He still uses dual wield like he does in...
Kirito uses dual wield. There's all the original characters as well as some characters from Gun Gale, which is very confusing considering Alpha.
like Sinon.
Even though I think it's supposed to be after the series or during it, I'm not sure.
I think it's supposed to be after.
It's a confusing series, or games like where they would take place in the timeline as if they were called canon. But yeah, so
I think
Sword
the
Art Online.
games... I think the games have like their own storyline, which makes them canon because they tie it into the story a little bit.
Somewhat, yeah.
Like they tie into the game at least.
It's just difficult to pinpoint exactly where
Somehow,
the
in
time.
both, I wish they actually did a Sword Art Online game where you're playing as Kirito, but you're starting off from like the beginning of the game instead of like starting off from like level 100 on floor like 70 whatever.
Yeah, you should
working
be.
your way
They
up.
should make a Sword Art where it's Sword Art, but you play as a like they do Dragon Ball, Xenoverse.
Make your own character and
Yeah.
stuff.
Make Sword Art like Xenoverse. That would be perfect.
In the Sword Art games,
Except
you
make the whole place free roam in an RPG.
in this one, you actually can create your own character.
Yeah, except I'd
There's
rather
not
start on.
many
I'd want to
races
start.
and stuff to
I
choose
want.
from,
I want to
so-
start on floor 1, work my way up to depending like what levels, what kind of stuff's going
And
on.
or just do the things the way Kirito does, just run around fighting little bad guys, leveling up.
Yeah. So then there's Mario Maker. So basically, take Mario Paint. I mean, those of you should know Mario Paint is one of the greatest Mario games of all time. To the people who like making the music and the sounds and what they can do on the game, right? Take that, but customize Mario levels. Full customization, 4 different generation of graphics and control schemes.
4?
Yep, 4 different styles. So you get the original, classic, pixelated Super Mario Bros. And then you get...
Don't you get Super Mario World?
You got Super Mario Brothers, you get Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. 4 different designs you can use to customize and change the way the level
Wait,
plays.
can you have the background of like New Super Mario Brothers, but have like the graphics of like Super Mario World?
I don't think so. I think it's more like you pick one and that's what you build. That's what items go in with specific levels. I'm not sure if you can combine any or not because I haven't played that much into it.
All right.
But it's awesome. Plus, with the added amiibos, you can add different characters into it depending on the situation
like, I
needed.
Think, like Link.
Link,
or
Samus from Metroid.
Do they have an amiibo of Sonic for Super Smash Bros?
Smash Bros. Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
so
Smash
maybe
Bros, yes,
maybe
but-
you could do something with Sonic.
I don't know. I think there's specific Mario Maker ones, and then there's the Sonic, or the Smash. It's anyways.
Anyway,
First
let's
fully customizable game
get
of
on
Mario.
with
You
the
want
next one.
Mario? You want a good Mario game? Make Mario. Get this one. Why? There's so much you can do.
All right.
Splatoon. Ah. Well,
I haven't played it, so he's still talking.
I think it's a good Nintendo game. I mean, if any of you played it, it's basically like Nintendo's version of Call of Duty, except you have squids
And paint.
and kids.
And paint.
Squid kids. I mean,
And paint.
are you a squid or are you a kid?
And paint.
You're both.
And paint.
Yes, there's a lot of paint. We get it. You spray paint at people. Yes, your bullets are paint. It's basically one giant game of paintball.
And paint.
Except you get paintbrushes, guns, bazookas, paint rollers, and all these other kind of weapons to just mess your friends up.
And paint. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist with the paint.
Paint.
There's just a lot of paint.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyways,
moving on. Honorable mentions part 2.
yeah. So, Until Dawn. Do you want to go to horror? I mean,
It's okay.
we think this
horror
is good.
game.
It's one of those horror. Basically, think of Until Dawn as a horror movie. You're playing a horror movie, right? And depending on the choices you make within the game, changes who the victims are or who's going to die.
I'd probably try to keep Ashley alive because she's pretty cool. She looks
Yes.
pretty cool.
Well, there's a lot of different characters, and your choices depend on who dies. Problem is, sometimes that's. I mean, your choices don't necessarily.
I mean,
It doesn't change the game and the storyline itself.
Is there really anything wrong with wanting to choose who you get to kill?
Right? Hell, you can make the black guy live. It doesn't have to be a stereotypical horror movie where the black guy dies first. No, they get to live.
I'd make it a stereotypical horror movie.
Or where the dumb blonde runs up the stairs instead of out the front door. You know, who would run upstairs instead of out a front door? It may be locked, but
Well,
you can simply go click, open, and let's go.
You do have to think about it. I mean, it is stereotypical, so.
Stereotypical.
And I mean, in this game, it's the middle of winter. Who would want to run outside
Yeah.
from a killer in the middle of the winter?
Yeah, but
Even I don't want to stay inside.
bonuses, it's a good game. I mean, problem is that the only thing we find that has issues with this is the fact that your
Not scary
choice.
enough.
Yeah, no, it's not that scary. I mean, it's watching a horror movie. You're watching a horror movie, but the problem is, if you your choices don't change the story itself. It changes who dies and who lives. That's the only thing it affects, which we thought was a
Doesn't
little
that
disappointing.
Technically change the story on who dies?
No, it's just certain characters won't be there for certain events. That's it.
Oh. Lame.
It's
Moving on.
Outlast.
Oh, I was gonna go with the one right behind us.
Yeah,
Star Wars Battlefront.
All right, Star Wars Battlefront.
Just gonna say this now. Now I know why the stormtroopers can't hit anything. Their guns suck.
They've always sucked, and honestly, everyone was waiting for Battlefront.
I don't like it.
What did we get? A disappointment.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They
we
still
got
have a lot of cool characters in it,
Yeah, there's lots to do, but the fact that most maps are DLC,
and you can drive the Millennium Falcon.
it's now. It's online based mostly. There's not really any single player anymore, and it's
Actually, I'm pretty sure there's still a single-player storyline.
it's a shadow of what the Battlefront games originally were. I know I have this tuft of hair, and it's probably like annoying the crap out of all you guys because it's annoying me because all you see is flat and then boing and have this like little thing sticking out. But I can't deal with it right now because my hair's too short. But yeah, so it's a shadow of a. It's in the shadow of a once great game. It was disappointing, and it's.
I'm gonna stop playing with my beard now.
I mean, it was a great game and all. I mean, like the original series, great games. I mean, if you want to play Battlefront, I suggest going back to the PS2 or Xbox versions of it. Not 360, original Xbox. It's the difference. It's might get confusing. Just go for PS2 because it was best.
PS2,
It was the best on PS2.
some of the PS3s and or Xbox 360s will play the classic games. So if you only have those consoles,
It's
Yeah.
You know what? Star Wars Battlefront. Honestly, go for the originals. This one is
this one does
Not-
have more playable Jedi though.
no.
You sure about that? 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, they added
I'm
Yoda.
sure.
They added Yoda. Luke. I know you can play as Leia.
The available characters currently are Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo,
Leia.
Count, or the Emperor.
Emperor Palpatine.
I think that's it. Really, 6 characters.
No, you can play as Leia as well.
I think I said Leia.
Did you say Leia? Okay.
All right. Yeah,
But I think they're also adding more DLC characters like.
but it's
I
all
think they're
DLC. Like
I
you
think
get
they're
all
adding.
of
I think
2
they're,
maps.
I think they're adding Starkiller. Maybe
Who cares?
Kylo Ren. Maybe.
Honestly, here's my opinion. Who cares? The entire game is DLC based. The original was way better, considering you get an entire selection of Jedi in 2. No, in Battlefront 2, you get, let's see,
Can we not get into that right now?
Obi-Wan, Skywalker, Obi-Wan, Leia, Han, Yoda, Mace Windu, all these other selections. Plus, you get all these different Sith characters. Where this, it's
Actually,
a shadow of what it
while
once
we're on the
was.
topic of Star Wars,
Shadow.
tell
It's,
them about Mace Windu's lightsaber.
what, the fact that the only reason it's purple is because he's a mix of good and bad, and he's the only one in the entire Star Wars universe with a gold-plated lightsaber.
And he's a black dude.
Yeah, but there's black dudes, except he's the only one with purple and gold-plated. But then again, it's Samuel L. Jackson. What do you expect? I'm just surprised he didn't say motherfucker in the movie. I mean, come on, just imagine.
What movie doesn't he do that in?
Star Wars.
Well, besides Star Wars.
That's the thing. No other movie but Star Wars that I can think of. I mean, you guys could probably think of. You guys may think I'm wearing plain white shirt, but don't worry. I have stuff on the bottom. It's just not seeable. Yeah. So. But honestly, don't get this.
Okay.
Don't get Battlefront.
Moving on.
Outlast. Final
Very
honorable
scary.
mention. Final honorable mention is Outlast. It's
It is pretty scary. Got a lot of jump scares.
lots of different enemies and characters to deal with
There
on
is
your
a
travel.
DLC that is actually the prequel to Outlast.
There is a DLC piece which would be worth getting.
I've seen H2O Delirious play it. So,
It's a good game. There's lots of good
The,
stuff on
the-
it. It's horror. You want jump scares and actual fear, not atmospheric, but more.
Well,
I have
it's
to
a little bit of-
avoid him because he's right there, kind
well,
of
it
thing.
is a little bit of atmospheric too, because you never know when somebody's going to jump out at you.
There is atmosphere to it, but not as much as like Alien. It's more of a run. Just hide, and when you can, get the hell out. That's
It would have
the
been better
kind
if
of
they
movie.
actually gave you like a flashlight or
They do. They give you the camera, and that's how you see. You get the night vision.
or like a way to like at least fight the dude.
No, that's not how you do it in horror movies, though. That's the thing.
Did the guy even get out at the end? I forgot.
I
Can't remember.
think he dies. I think he sacrifices himself. If I'm correct, that's what you got to do. Spoilers. Yeah. Honestly, it's a good game, horror game. If you want something that you're able to run around and just deal with different monsters and actually be scared, it's a good
But
game.
not end up fighting them.
Yeah, it's one of the best games. Honestly, 2 best games to get for horror: Alien, Outlast. Enjoy.
Number 1.
Black
Call
Ops
of Duty
3.
Black Ops 3. Zombie mode, hard as hell.
So basically, you take Black Ops 1 and you look at zombies. A little harder than World at War. Then you take Black
Still
Ops
pretty
2, you add the lava on the ground because, you know,
Still pretty easy.
because of the
Look
moon.
at Black Ops 3.
Well, the lava adds a little bit of difficulty, and you're like, okay, this is
yeah,
getting
but that's easy.
kind of
Just jump
stupid.
over it.
It's getting
not
kind
that
of
hard.
yeah, but some people, they're distracted more with the zombies and don't want to deal with it, or remember to deal with it unless you're really good. But yeah, so you get some problems with 2. Then you get into 3, and it's like it goes from
There's-
10 to 100 in a millisecond, and you're like,
And there's
hell?
there's aliens. There's these things. There's these new things called Margwas, which are like
mini
giant,
Cthulhu's.
Yeah, mini Cthulhu's. Which actually, the map
Shadows of Evil
Shadows
is
of Evil is based off of H.P. Lovecraft's book, The Call of Cthulhu.
yes. So basically, you fight Cthulhu and a bunch of zombies during the time.
Then there's this.
It's actually
there's
cool.
also Nightmare Mode, which is basically just the story mode,
Yes. So
but with zombies.
yeah, you get story mode. So you beat the game.
Thankfully, there's no Margwas and shit. So
Well, you get the game, you beat it, then you get, and then you go to Nightmare Mode. It's the same missions, except background.
And
The
some things are a
voices
little
are
bit more
different.
twisted.
There's added zombies instead of actual players like the robots. There's now
And-
zombies, and it gets hard.
if you played Black Ops 1 and 2, you will remember Nuketown. In Black Ops 3, they brought back Nuketown.
Of course,
Mark
it's,
3.
hey, it's Black Ops. It's always gonna have the
I
Nuketown
I
map.
personally can't wait for them to release the new Ray Gun Mark 3 because they haven't released it yet,
Yep, that should be in a new DLC soon,
or a new update.
something like that.
I think it's actually coming out in the update that's coming out, or the DLC that's coming out sometime. I think this next month,
That's not bad.
and you can actually pre-order the DLC pack on PlayStation. So yeah, looks like there's a whole bunch of new maps or something. I don't know.
There's lots of stuff to get. Honestly, story mode's awesome.
I haven't played
Zombies are
I've
difficult.
only gotten
It's
so far on it.
zombies, you know. And then there's the nightmare mode, which is awesome. And then you
And-
get into the multiplayer.
Hang on. And if you played the first Black Ops, you will remember Dead Ops Arcade. Well, in Black Ops 3, they brought it back, but it's not really a zombies map. It's more of a mini game that you can play in story mode, and they call it the Dead Ops Arcade 2. This one actually has first person. A lot better. Just don't hit the triangle button. I keep forgetting. I keep accidentally hitting the triangle button because I keep thinking I can switch weapons.
Why do you keep pressing the triangle button?
Because I think I can switch weapons.
Well, what do you do when you press the triangle? Explain, sir.
If you're in first person, when it goes into triangle, it goes over into the overhead view.
So if you press triangle again, it'll go back to the first person.
No, you have to actually it's like a pickup that you have to get that makes it go into first person. So, and then if you press triangle, it goes into.
I've always been a fan of Dead Ops Arcade. I've always enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. A lot of people hated it. Hated it.
I didn't like the fact that it was like an overhead view. I mean, it's not bad, Mark.
That's what people don't like, the
Black Ops
overhead.
3.
The overhead. Why is everybody so uppity about the overhead?
And in this one, they actually added a little bit of parkour into it.
Yeah, you can do a lot more stuff, like run on walls and stuff like that. I mean, they took away the exosuits, like in Advanced Warfare, but added...
And they're still kind of there.
Yeah,
not really.
well, that's what I'm trying to explain, is it's not like the super boost or exo like you have in Advanced Warfare.